You guys are all welcome to today's live. And today is Thursday. And we all know that every Thursday, I'm the one taking you guys for the live chat breakdown. Okay, so today we are going to be analyzing GBPUSD and EURUSD. And we might look at other pairs. So I'm going to share my screen now. We are going to start with GBPUSD. I hope you guys are seeing my screen. Good afternoon, Raymond. I hope you guys are seeing my screen. You guys should comment in the comment section. Good afternoon, Clinton. Can you guys see my screen? Please respond or form a heart. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. So today we are going to be analyzing GBPUSD and EURUSD. I will might look at other pairs. So starting, we're going to do our top-down analysis. Right? We start from the daily time frame. I will map out our key levels. Map out our key levels. We have a level here. We have another one here. Then we're going to go down to the 4 hours. Map out other key levels. I think there's another level here. You can start looking at the charts from this point at the 4 hours. You can see that here the market group, we have a break of structure here. We have a break of structure there. And then we have another break here. It's another break. And then we have another break here. Remember, on the 4 hours, another break here. And we can scale down now to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour now, this is a major break. We have other smaller break of structures inside this structure. And we all know that this market is in an uptrend, right? See if we can draw a trend line from the 4 hours. This market is in an uptrend. I hope you guys are following up. Okay, we have an uptrend. We have drawn our trend line from the 4 hours. Take notes. And also, we have a major resistance level here. We have a resistance level there, and we have support level here. So we already see that this market moved up, broke this structure, came up here, broke structure here again. Let me go down to the 1 hour so that it can be clear. So that this market break, now another group of structure here. It broke this structure, resistance level, and it has come back to retest this level. And you can see that the market has retested this resistance level and it is pumping up. So if you had maybe followed this market structure, you know you're in an uptrend, so you should be looking for a buy opportunity. Like if you got up this morning at 8, I think you should have gotten into this trade. Okay, are we all getting in? Any questions so far? Any questions so far? I hope this explanation is pretty simple and clear, very straight to the point. There's like you don't need to complicate anything. Just follow the analysis. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? We are all okay with the analysis. So this market might come up this point and maybe react here, drop a bit, and maybe continue going up. What I'm saying is this market might come and react at this level, come down, and maybe continue going up. So this is what this market might do. Okay, and if you have taken this trade in the morning, I think it should be massive profit by now. Okay, so if no question, if we're all okay with the analysis, I think we can move to the second pair. I think we all know that there's something we call correlation in Forex, and we know that sometimes, or most of the times, Euro USD and GBP USD, they move in the same direction, like they move kind of the same, right? So on Euro USD, on the 1-day time frame, we mark our key levels. We have the key level here. We have another one here. I'll go down to the 4 hours. From here, we can start marking our market structure. We all know that this market is in an uptrend. So we'll have higher highs and higher lows, right? We can start here, and now we have a break structure here. Remember, you don't need to complicate this stuff. It's pretty simple. Just follow the market structure. We have another break here. When you know all this, you don't need to actually waste a lot of time on the market. Right? You have another break here. And we have another break here. Another break. And we can draw our trend line from this 4 hours thing like this. Draw something like this. Or you can start drawing it from this point. Okay. Start drawing our trend line from this point. So we all know that the market is in an uptrend. So we should be looking for buy opportunities. And we all know that we always trade with the trend, trade following the trend. We never trade against the trend. Alright. So if let's go down to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, we can start here. We can start here and say, okay, we have a break here, Just basic market structure moves. Another break at this point. You don't need to complicate anything in the market, okay? So now, and if you look, the other market is an uptrend. So we're looking for buy opportunities. And if you are analyze maybe this trade in the morning, I think you have gotten an entry here where this trade had touched our trend line. So if you had maybe done your analysis following basic market structure and everything, I think you would have gotten in this trade and be in a massive profit right now. So now what's the market doing? The market is pretty bullish, and I think there was a news. I think we can check that up if there was a news today. Remember, the first thing you should do in the morning is go to your My FX book or your My FX calendar and check if there's any major news for the day before you start analyzing your trades and taking your trades. So let's see if there was a news. Why is this market so bullish? Like the candlestick is momentum is so strong, right? So this is 29K. We had a major, a high impact news. So that's why we see the market is really moving, giving us a strong momentum candles. The news came out at 1:30 and we had the, okay, this is in French. Let's translate that. It's not translated. So we just know that we had a news today at 1:30. That's why this market is so, this candle is so big. Like the momentum is so candlestick. Okay, now let's go down to the, like, I think this is just pretty simple. We have basic market structure moves, basic trend line, and normal trend line. The market comes and taps into that trend line and it moves forward. Now, if you have any question, you can just drop it at the comment section and I'm going to answer that. And if you have any pair in mind which you want us to analyze, you can just drop it in the comment section and then we move to it and we analyze it all together. Can you guys see my screen now? Can you guys see my screen now? Okay. Let's look at BTC. Clinton is saying we should look at BTC. So, it's back. Okay, sorry, we had a technical issue. So let's go back to BTC, USD. I think that's very good. We had a small problem. We'll first of all deal with BTC and then we'll move to gold. What is it? Okay, I'm going to come there. BTC. Okay. Yes. So we're on BTC, we start on the daily time frame as usual to do our top-down analysis, map our very key levels, strong key levels. Right. Then move to the 4 hours. I hope you guys are seeing my screen. Okay. So from here we can start mapping our basic market structure. I know that the market is in an uptrend, so we have a series of higher highs and higher lows. We have a break here and there. We have another break here. Then we can move down to the 4 hours to see the market clearly. We have another break here, and this is a key level because we have marked it in the daily time frame. Okay. We have another break here. Now the market got to this point up here, came down, went up, not actually come right up to this point and maybe break it to continue going up. What do we have here? You see the market might be rallying down, come to this, because this is a key level. I have not marked it. This is a key level, a key zone, key support zone, okay? Market might be rallying down to this zone before going up. The market might get to this point before going up, okay? So this is a major support level, and we have another support level here. This, I think it has already been mapped out, but let's just draw it again. Yes. Right. So here, the market got to this point, could not continue up. Now, what is the market showing us? Like, what is the market telling us at this particular point? Market is telling us that either it breaks down, if it breaks this level, if this market breaks this level, if the market breaks this level, this zone, means that the market will continue going up and down to this point before you can have a buy, because this market is, in general, okay, the market is now uptrend. So we are looking for a retracement. That is, if it actually breaks this level, we know that, okay, this market is going to sell up to this support zone before it buys. Okay, so now let's look at this market at this point. Let's go down to the 30-minute. 30-minute time frame. We also know that this is a support, a resistance zone. Okay, this is a resistance zone because the market has been coming to this point and not breaking it. So this is a resistance zone. So this market might do something like this, as it is here, might do something like this, or coming down, or it might do something like this instead. From pushing down to this level, maybe react to this level, maybe continue pushing down to this, break this level, and continue going down to this other zone, this other support zone, right? Or the market might also do something like this, break the level, retest, and continue pushing up. This is what the market might do. But for now, the market has not been able to break this previous high. So we should be looking for sell opportunities. I hope we are following up. If you have any question, just drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, just drop it in the comment section. And if you look at this market very well, we'll see that from the 15 minutes, we'll see that we have been having like something like a downtrend from this point. From the 15 minutes, okay, something like a downtrend. And we have a series of lower lows and lower highs. a series of lower lows and lower highs. If you have any question, please just drop it in the comment section. I'm going to respond to you. There's another break here. So we have a short, like a rallying down to maybe continue buying, okay? Because overall, BTC is bullish overall. So take note of it. So this market might actually push down. Like it might push down to this point, maybe react like this and continue going down. Okay. This is what this market might do. If you have a question, just drop it down in the Okay. If you have a question, please drop it down in the comment section. If this market breaks is our 15 minutes trend line, then we should be looking to continue buying up to this point. Okay. This market breaks this trend line, then we should wait for maybe a retest and then we buy from this point. If not, then this market will come right up to this point. For yeah. That's it. That's it for BTC. If you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. Now we can move to gold. The gold we analyzed last week tells they hit our TP. And it was a good buy. Now we gold. That gold has been bullish. It has been very, very bullish. We have key levels here, here, and here. Asking a question on BTC, I guess. Let me go down to the 15 minutes. Okay, you're asking, but from this your last break of structure, I see the BTC sweep showing buying opportunities. For my last break of structure, you see liquidity. Yeah, that was why I was saying that this market might come down with there's a continuous selling. And let me go to the 30 minutes. I'll clear up the market. Let me see 1 hour. Okay, this is saying this with liquidity. Yes, it is true. Because you know that with the support and resistance, it's a bit, I cannot say it totally lagging, but it's a bit lagging because the market might actually just come. You know that okay, we are actually support and resistance. The market will come here. The market will come here, and then we are like us who are trading support and resistance, we want to buy from here to this other point. But what does the market do? The market rather comes again down, take us out, and buys. Right? That's what the market might do, and we call this a fake out or stop loss funds. But we also call this liquidity because there's market below this level. There's a lot of money, there's a lot of money below this level. You know that liquidity is money, right? There's a lot of money below this level. And also you have to look if there is a point of interest here. If there's a point of interest here, before you can then say, okay, this whole point is a liquidity zone. How I'm making sense, thinking. How I'm making sense. You can go to gold. You can go on the 4 hours. see what it's doing. Okay, so Mineral has been bullish, but the bullish movement could not break this previous high, the highest high of gold, and the market has just been rallying down. And from the 4 hours, I think that the market is maybe rallying down to this support level, to continue buying. Then the market comes down right to this point. And this is from the 4 hours. Okay, this is from the 4 hours. Please. Then I think here we have a break here for analyzing it like that. You have a break there. Another break here. That this price will not break its previous high. So what we have now is a change character. Change of character. Then we start having a series of lower lows, lower high, which is breaking structure to the downside. Right. A series of lower lows, breaking structure to the downside. Now let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Now, from the 1 hour, we see that I think we analyzed this thing last Thursday. We see that the market came here. We have another break here. Market came here, came also here, but will not break its previous low. But rather, it continued with also rapid change of character. We have a change of character. Then now we start having break of structure to the upside, break of structure to the upside, which is giving us a new bullish movement. Break to the upside. And we also had our trend line. Last week we also had our trend line like this. I think we had a trend line like this. And we have a break here. Another break here. And we took this trade, this buy last week. This buy last week. Now you see that this market has broken our trend line, right? And when the market breaks your trend line, what are you looking for? You're looking forward to a retest and a continuation, right? Now, from this 4 hours, just broke and it gave us just it gave us a retest. It put down to the 15 minute. You are going to see that it broke, retested, and sold from the 15 minutes. Market broke the trend line, retested, and sold. Now, let's go back to the 1 hour. If you have a question, please just drop it in the comment section. I'll come and read it and I'm going to answer your question. The network is kind of slow. Okay, Clinton, you're welcome. Okay. All right. So what are we looking at here now? When this happens, this we go down to the 30 minutes. We know that okay, let me say this other high do not break this previous high. So we have a change of character from here. Yes, change of character there. And then now we start having a series of lower low, lower high. Okay. See lower low, lower high. Lower low, lower high. Now, as we're having a series of lower to lower highs, I think we can also draw a downtrend line from this point. Then we can draw a downtrend line from this point. And if you are drawing a downtrend line from this point, we are going to see that, okay, this market has broken this trend line. And we'll be waiting maybe for a retest like this and continuation of the line. Okay, so we are looking forward to wait for a retest. We're going to continue buying. Going to continue buying. And maybe it might react to this point. This point is also a resistance level. See this, all these points is a resistance level. So the market. Okay, let me reshare the screen. I hope you guys can see my screen now. I'll say that we can draw a trend line from this point now. And we see that when we drew the trend line, the downtrend line, so the market has broken this, market will continue buying up to that point. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. This market might retest, continue buying, or you just continue buying from that point to your TP or yeah. And the market will react at this zone because this is a resistance zone. So the market will react here. Will either consolidate or break out and retest, or just comes and tap on that resistance level and then drops back. So I'm looking forward to on the move. If you have any other pair you wish for us to analyze, just drop it in the comment section. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Any question for me? Any question? Any question from me, or we are all good? See what BTC is doing now. Actually, continue going down up to this level. So BTC will come down to level. I'm looking forward to buy or wait and see if we will have a breakout and retest to continue selling maybe up to this point, or I think there's another up to this point. Yeah. And for GBPUSD, the analysis we did. I think I did it only 1 hour. Yes, as I said, this market might just continue going on and we react to this level because this is a resistance level. Let me draw it from the 4 hours. The daily time. They are all good. This is what this market might be. This is what this market might look, or the Might also do something like this. From that point, it drops and brings this our trend line. And with this and continue selling. If you have any questions for me, just drop it in the comment section. I'm going to read it and answer it. Okay, Tracy is saying that it's all good. Okay, I think that will be that for today. We analyzed the GBP USD, Euro USD, and we also looked at BTC and gold. We looked at BTC and gold. So we are saying that gold is going to come to this point and be up there because it's the BTC. It's strong resistance level. If no further question, then we are going to end the live for today. Thank you guys for joining the live. Catch you guys next Tuesday, 1:30 p.m. And thank you guys. Thank you, Clinton. Thank you guys for being responsive. See you guys next Tuesday. Tomorrow, my colleague Brian will be with you guys.